Like that's really not the problem. It's that most
That's
like
absolutely the
90 80
problem.
percent of homeless people are usually addicts.
A lot of people go to drugs to help deal with problems or trauma they're facing, or maybe they're depressed, or it helps with their anxiety and whatever it
Yeah,
may
usually.
be, and it just spirals into something worse. So I think it's like I
Yeah.
don't I think it would be hard to make the argument that at any point it's just a choice. You would agree that if you chose to jump off of a cliff, that's a choice. But then if you want to stop falling, you can't choose to, it's not that easy to just choose to stop falling, right? I don't think anyone doesn't want to work. And especially when it comes to homeless people, they have a lot of stigmatization that they're fighting, to where if they walk into a McDonald's, a lot of them will turn them away. Like they won't hire them because their clothes are dirty or they smell bad or whatever it might be. There's also like mental health problems that plague the homeless in
Okay.
America.
Okay, listen. So a lot of homeless people beg for money so they can like save up money. Like that's really not the problem. It's that most
That's
like
absolutely the
90 80
problem.
percent of homeless people are usually addicts to some sort of drug, or they just don't want to work.
Sure, but I mean, addiction is also an issue. But the actual problem is that most of them have underlying health issues. PTSD is common in the homeless population, and these things typically can spiral into addiction issues as well. So there's like compounding issues, which is why I think comprehensive healthcare is important. But it's a lot more complex and nuanced than saying they don't want to work. Rather than there's a lot of help that they need that they aren't currently receiving.
Yeah, but I think the money that would go to these people of trying to like destroy their addiction, I think that this money should rather go to the people that just try to work their ass off, trying to put the food on the table, and just normal people, because you can't really uh, give these people a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't agree. I think even if we look at it from the most like unempathetic, just empirical economic lens, people who are homeless, who are addicts, they are typically drains on resources. They have to use emergency services. There's like street cleanup that has to happen because of them. So they're a net drain on society's resources. So if there was a way to take them from being a net drain and help them build up to where they are instead contributing to the society as taxpayers and funding these things. And then there are also less people we have to pay for. Economically, it also makes more sense. And that's without even touching on the what I would consider the more compelling argument, which is just like the humanity argument, that it's kind of inhumane to just allow people to wither away on the street in the richest country in the world.
Yeah, sure, but I think like I don't know. It sounds like you've never been with an addict, because if someone is really addicted to something, then like they don't want to let it go. It's really hard. Like 80% of people that get addicted to drugs, they never get out of that addiction.
Do you think
Like
that
80%,
do you
really.
think do you think addiction is a choice or an illness?
Uh, well, it starts with a choice, and it ends like with,
Sure, you would agree that
and
you would agree
you can't just change it.
you would agree that if you chose to jump off of a cliff, that's a choice. But then if you want to stop falling, you can't choose to, it's not that easy to just choose to stop falling, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So like addiction is more of like a nuanced and complex issue. And sure, it starts with a choice, but I would even say a lot of those choices can stem from underlying issues. Like a lot of people go to drugs to help deal with problems or trauma they're facing, or maybe they're depressed, or it helps with their anxiety and whatever it
Yeah,
may
usually.
be. And it just spirals into something worse. So I think it's like I
Yeah.
don't I think it would be hard to make the argument that at any point it's just a choice.
Yeah, I didn't said it was a choice. I said that once people get really addicted to especially hard drugs, there are like no way to get them out of there. They just do the drugs till they die. And that's
So
like sad, of course, but it's the truth.
what I'm saying is you don't think that we should do anything to help those people. So what do you think that we should just leave them on the streets to rot, or what?
I think there should be some sort of help, but the homeless people should find the help themselves. They should be the ones that want the help, not like the people helping finding the homeless people.
Sure, I agree that there is some helping of yourself that you have to do. I just think that the government's purpose should be to make that as easy as possible for everybody.